Hi there, this is Tully, and today I thought about drawing the souls of the dead. So this is just basically loads of heads sort of squashed together like they're coming out of someone's chest or something like that. I'm just going to draw the head shapes first. Now whenever I see this sort of like heads all together, it either reminds me of the old video case for the old Day of the Dead zombie film where all the heads are squashed together. Also it could remind me of Freddy Krueger's chest in one of the films when he has all the souls of the kids he's killed on his chest and they're going help me and all that jazz. But yeah, I thought it'd be a cool little image to try and do. Just try and mark out where all the sorts of faces want to go. Just try and draw basic features for now. For the souls of the dead. Yep, and all that jazz. I think a lot of the lines in between can be maybe like stretched skin and things like that, like they're coming out of someone's chest or something, or could be fun. And there, and probably try and make these more human-like faces instead of just skulls. Or I could try and draw a skull version next, after this one. Probably might do that at some point. It's important to get all the features right and everything, and decide whether there's going to be more heads. There's probably going to be a couple more, maybe at the side. There's probably a stretched head there. Just about coming up with their ideas. Maybe one there, I don't know. Maybe give that one a distressed, worried look. It's about trying to come up with a good idea and trying to sketch it through. If it doesn't work out, then you can try again. But I'm just going to try and sort of make this work. Give them like horrible looking teeth because they've probably been through hell, so they wouldn't have had time to clean the teeth or go to a dentist or something like that. Yeah, all that jazz. I think it's a good idea to get the drawing sorted before I start to ink, you know, the drawing. I'm not sure whether to give them eyes. Might just make them all sort of shaded, maybe like the eyes have been gouged out. Something that I'll probably do, because the soles have gone or something, and this is like the remnants of I don't know, part of the sole, or I don't know. Just make up as you go along, because I always do. The souls of the dead. Said that a few times now. Started to scare myself. I'm joking. I never get scared. Except the spiders. I like spiders, really. Tastes quite nice. Yep, so I'm just sketching along quite happily, seeing if this drawing will work or not. And I think it'll work now that I've, you know, shaded in all the eyes and things like that. But I want there to be more detail between the heads, like all the flesh is like stretching and being twisted to hold these souls of the dead, or like the remnants of the souls of the dead, I don't know. So these Souls of the Dead heads, after the inking of this, I'm going to be colouring in maybe just some like green colours, lots of shades of green, because that's what I can see them as, I think. So just maybe try and make them more atmospheric with the green colours. We'll see how it goes. So you see with like particularly this face, like we're fleshing the you know, face out more, adding more detail as we're going along. I'm using a 3B pencil, by the way, which is something that I always forget until halfway through to tell you. So we can do the same to other souls now, or heads. I think it's important to try and make each face slightly different, and not like sort of the same. We're sort of finishing up now on the pencil drawing stage. I've sort of got everything, you know, how I want it anyway. I can see this progressing to the next stage, which will be the inking stage. And I'm going to do this straight into this, you know, video. I'm not going to do another second part video or anything to this one. It's going to be a long video, this. It's sort of great to like flesh out the simple shapes that I've done, and you know, sort of add character to each soul, and not make them all the same types of faces. Each one's different. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy with how this is looking at the moment. Yeah, ready to ink this now, so we shall ink this. Hi there. So I've got the ink pens now. I've got a Pigmamicron 03, and I've also got like an 08 there on standby. We're just going to start inking all the lines we've done previously. Just try and improve the drawing as you go along. Maybe add more detail or less detail. Obviously, this will take quite a bit of time to ink this, but it's worth it just to see the drawing or the design come together quite nicely. I'm going to wink a lot of the dark areas with the larger 08 pen. So I'm just going to draw the line details with this 03. I think this I've used this pen quite a lot, so I think it's be due to running out soon, this one, so that's a good thing. I've ordered some more of these Pigment Micron pens because I really like these pens. I think they're slightly more professional than some of the cheaper ones I've been using. I still think it's great that you can flesh out a design and totally change it from what it was when you first draw it. That's part of the evolution process, you know, the drawing process, that you start off with basic shapes and then you end up with something that looks okay, or sometimes better than okay, which is usually preferred when I'm creating these designs. Again, I'm more interested in sort of going over the the original pencil lines and just improving things. I'm not bothered about the pencil mark smudging or anything like that, because I can still see the the lines, so I can go over them or improve bits just as I go along. sort of seeing this come together. I like that face, but I definitely like that face. I want to try and make one or two of these faces the sort of focus, really. I'm certainly looking forward to colouring this, because I've got a definite idea, you know, how I want to colour this. Like I said earlier, it's going to be in like different shades of green, and yeah, we'll just see how it turns out. So as you can see, the souls of the dead. Yeah, I just remember that. Yeah, I said that for a while. They're looking more like souls of the dead now, as we, you know, apply the ink, sort of like finalising the designs of each one. And then overall, when we you know, do colour this, it's going to give it a nice colour, I think. Hopefully, because sometimes I have been known to ruin a drawing when I had colours, but then, you know, art is art. Sometimes you have to experiment now and again to come up with different ideas. Get all that detail in between the heads. I want it to appear like stretched skin. I mean, right now it looks like a lot of pubes, but pubic hairs, but unfortunately that is unavoidable at this point in time until I colour it. So we're nearly there with the inking stage. Just Just want to apply all the detail and, you know, hopefully see a good design come together. Just keep all that dodgy looking teeth. I think it works quite well. Just this final head at the bottom to do. We can put our other pen there and get the 08 out now. Sort of a thicker, you know, nib to the, you know, to the drawing. It could have used a Sharpie marker, but that could have been a bit too overpowering. And it's got a thicker nib to it, so I might have gone over the lines. So just want these eyes, you know, to stand out as like dark, hollow looking, almost ghoul like. There's a bit of shadow in there. Some of these souls of the dead, you know, like have tongues, but others don't. That's just something I just thought about adding as I went on with the drawing. And I'd say that's it for the inking stage. Just erase all these pencil lines. Maybe just add some darker maybe ink lines in here, like these folds of shadow in between. Probably do that now actually, just to show that there's some separation between the two heads. Well, not the two heads, there's quite a few heads, and that's quite important. Don't want to go overboard with this though. It's best to suggest small elements of shadow and things like that, rather than going overboard with it. You see, like, small elements of shadow have helped just to like separate the head slightly, which is important when you come to colour this. I think that'll do for that, so we'll just erase all the pencil lines and come back and start to colour this. Still, I like that head best and that head, but they're all good. Souls of the dead. So let's colour this now. So this is the colouring stage of the Souls of the Dead drawing that I've drawn. I've got some like 4 greens and a yellow there. There's a darker green which we're going to work on. The darker green is going to be like in between the heads, so that's what we're going to do now. Because I want this to be quite green colours, which is something that I've not really done before, so I've been drawing something like this. Maybe try and aim to get this dark green near some of the shading that we've done with the ink as well. I'm using Prismacolor pencils, so it's usually quite good to blend as well. So get a sort of a lighter green now. Actually, that one's snapped. Get this. We'll take this green actually. Maybe try and add some like mid-tones on these heads. It's just a case of finding the right balance with colour. You know, you can work out your light sources and things like that and just go from there. Now we can take maybe the lightest green. Try and add some different shade of green, maybe to the middle of the faces, and under the eyes. Sort of like ignored this head down here. It's all alone. We'll come back to that head later. I think it's best to use this dark green again just to add some more darker points, which can help add to the overall drawing. And that's the good thing about these Prismacolors, you can add them in layers as well. A bit more on the cheekbones, just to add a bit more depth. Now after just sharpening this green pencil that's snapped, I can start to add sort of a different green just to certain areas. I don't want to overpower this green because it's a bit bright. I mean, even if you do like overpower certain areas, you can just add some layers of other green just to tone it down a bit. I was determined to make this a totally green looking drawing. There'll be some yellow highlights at the end, but try and make it look sort of a different colouring to I usually do. I mean, I would have done these like red, and you know, but I decided to go against that, what I usually do, and do something different, which is always a good idea. Tempted to get the browns out, but I think I'll resist that temptation to do that, as I wanted to just make this design totally green. But I am tempted. I'll just start mixing and matching between the different greens. Do you know that green? Maybe more this one. Maybe add some more. The green that I missed on this head there. Make the tongues green as well. Don't want to really bother about doing any red or anything in there. And where you can, some of the darker green, maybe blend some of that and try and enrich the tone slightly. You can see the coloured souls of the dead coming together now, and this is just exactly how I imagined it, really. Well, sort of. Just try and add just small detail bits that you've maybe missed, and just maybe look for dark areas that you've maybe missed, and try and think in terms of things which is behind certain things, so that head is in front of that head, so maybe a lot of this area would be slightly more darker than, you know, other areas, so we'll maybe do some of that shadow there. And these two heads are probably about the same, but you know, at the same level. But then a bit of this head might be overshadowing just the top. And then there'll be a bit more shadow under here, because, you know, just work things out. Remember that everything can be layered with these pencils. So just because you add the shadows earlier on doesn't mean to say that you're finished with those shadows. It's an evolving process, colouring, as you go along. I find it fun working out, you know, how to colour certain things. You may not get it right, but it's still fun. Now I want to add the maybe yellow highlights to the teeth. I'm not pressing down totally hard, but it's going to be the only bright points, which is the, you know, the mouth and the teeth. Maybe do like a light sort of shading on all the white areas. Just give it like a light coating of the yellow. Maybe do that all the way through. It creates a good highlight, as long as you don't overpower the drawing with the yellow. There's no danger of that. Make sure all the white areas are covered. And the small bits at the bottom. Flip that crumb out of the way. You're not welcome, little crumb. And that'll do for this little drawing. Sure, there's like little bits in the mouth and things like that, but I'll just leave that for now. I mean, you could carry on adding loads of layers to it, but no, I'm just happy with that as it is for a concept sketch. Anyway, it's not too bad. So I hope you enjoyed that. Quite a long video, something different, but something good to draw, I suppose. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Keep on drawing. Cheers now.